Welcome to Richmond Hill. This Crown land was purchased in 1839 and it was divided into 26-acre allotments. By the 1850s, a lot of the prefabricated timber cottages were built in this area. As the years went by, we had some industrial things happening here, as well as some quite beautiful structures were built. One including the Catholic church on the very top of the hill, which we'll have a look at today. Anyway, with further ado, I'm here with Peter and Ruby, and we're going to take a walk through Richmond Hill.
That Catholic church is actually named St Ignatius.
We are in front of Ivanhoe House, just behind us. And this is where Joseph Bosisto actually lived for a while. He was the mayor of Richmond.
Otherwise famous for his eucalyptus oil.
Yes. Behind me is Laidlaw House. It was built for Joseph Laidlaw, who was the son of Peter Laidlaw. And we all know who Peter Laidlaw is because he was the politician who also instigated the Eureka Rebellion in 1854. He died in the house in 1889.
And that's why they call it Stockade Lane.
Correct. Maltings were established in 1880. First maltings on the site were designed by John Flanagan. The silos were added in the 1930s. They were converted to apartments in 1997, designed by Vendekastidis, and illustrates an innovative and adaptive reuse of industrial buildings in Richmond.
The site that I stand on is iconic in terms of the Melbourne rag trade, and the building behind me was built in 1922. Parsons and Law established Polaco in 1910. So in that next couple of years, then they built this particular factory, and that actually served them for many years until Polaco, I believe, was sold out in the early 90s. And now a lot of the making of shirts is made, or they're made offshore. But I have a couple of little funny stories to tell. One is in relation to one of the founders, Parsons, because he actually sold lots of material as well. And my father, having been a tailor, I used to buy a lot of his material from Parsons Brothers. So that was one little anecdotal story. But the other one relates to my great aunt, Rooney Stewart, and when she took over her husband's business when he died around the 1930s, the business was actually in financial difficulties and bad liquidity problems. But Rooney actually negotiated with the manager of Polaco of the day, and he extended her a line of credit. Now think of that, a female running a menswear business in the 30s. Pretty ambitious stuff, and to negotiate with the head of Polaco, and so to this day, the Bob Stewart store had strong loyalty to the Polaco brand.
And the Polaco sign, you can't see it from here, but that was added in 1939, I believe.
Okay. but it was also the Hibernian society. So from our times in Ireland, we came to understand that Hibernia is a Roman term for meaning cold or winter, and is associated with the Irish. So it was actually part of the Irish Temperance Society. Very interesting to have a Catholic church up the hill called St Ignatius. So I'm sure that the Catholics were discouraging the drunks of the day.
Enjoyed our walk around Richmond Hill today. Again, the notes we've picked up from Richmond Hill from the city of Yarra, you can go on their website and pick them up and have a little walk around and see another piece of Melbourne. Anyway, that's all for this adventure. See you next time.
Bye for now.